I'm Craig Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different and every breakup is different. Work with me and you'll get professional help on your situation. And if you're in no contact, focused on personal growth, my workbook series, The Knowledge, will help you make changes like you've never made before. Available now at AskCraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and in this video I'm going to be talking to you about my breakup tore me down. Well, I think that title says it all, doesn't it? Your breakup really can tear you down on a deep level that impacts you in a way that really changes you forever. And I know because I've been through soul-crushing breakups. And that is why I do what I do today. Because I know what it felt like to be in those situations. So powerless, so devastated, and feeling like things were never going to get better. I would never get another chance with my ex again. I would never be able to turn things around. And I looked at things and spent years working on breakups, learning about breakups, trying to figure them out because I wanted to give you guys the best opportunity to turn your situation around because I know how important it is. I know how you scrutinize every minute detail of your situation because I've been through it and I've done the same thing. And I had myself torn down several times with breakups over the years. Now, I've never shared all my breakup stories, but I've shared some of the ones that really, really devastated me. And obviously the Applebee's one is one of the bigger ones for me. Maybe the biggest one for me. Because I was so shocked and devastated and obviously had another child involved that I was very close to. So I understand what you're going through. Not all of you will get another chance with your ex. That's just the reality of it. I am not going to sit here and tell you you will. But I could tell you that even if you don't get another opportunity with them, if you keep your focus on personal growth and bettering your life and whatever it is that makes you happy in your life, those results are going to come. Okay? You might not get success with an ex, but you will get success in your romantic relationships, and you'll be dating people even more incredible than your ex if that's what you want. So, today I have an awesome success story from somebody who did get their ex back, and they were excited to share it with you guys. So, let's get into it. They said, "Hi Craig and Margaret. I never thought I would be writing you this email," and they put it in all caps with exclamation marks. "It has been a whirlwind since I sent you my original email. First, I have to say that you changed my life. No matter what happens in my relationships, the woman I am today no way resembles the woman I was before and during the breakup." Thank you so much for those kind words. It truly makes Margaret and I so happy to get emails like this. And I do share them with her, and she does read over them too. We love to see success stories. "My breakup tore me down to nothing. No confidence, no pride, and deep depression." I'm pretty sure just about everybody watching the video right now has felt like that. "In my desperation to survive, I sucked the life out of my friends and family." Yep, that's pretty common too. "I then went to counseling, and meanwhile, I found you. I started your knowledge program," and by the way, 6 through 10 are a beast, okay? If you thought 1 through 5 was big, 6 through 10 is even bigger. You guys are going to be blown away by 6 through 10. Honestly, I suspect they'll be out in the next couple of weeks. We've got the bulk of it done. It was a daunting task, 6 months in the making. It took a lot longer than I thought it would, but there's some really, really cool stuff that you're going to hear about in the very near future. She goes on to say, and while doing this, never turned my back on my ex, but rather found my own life and I stopped reaching out to him. He would reach out to me every 5th or 6th day, almost like checking in to see if I was still there. There were days where I felt like not answering the phone, and looking back, I probably shouldn't have, maybe creating a little anxiety on his part. During this time, however, I found peace in my new apartment, decorated it to where just walking in the door brought me total peace. I dated very nice men, and I went out with new friends, only to discover that I needed to heal and focus on me. I went to the gym, read, slept a lot, and worked 2 jobs. Wow, you were really busy. But that's the kind of motivation a breakup will give you, right? And that's one of the things I do love about a breakup. I spent a lot of free time sitting out by the pool reading and listening to your videos. Total relaxation. Soon, I began to really love being alone. Crazy, I know. And she wrote crazy in bold. It took almost a year, 5 weeks shy, for Sal to ask me to come back. He moved his roommate out of his home and asked me to come back home. See that? A lot of you guys think you'll never hear from your ex for a year. Here you have an example, 5 weeks shy of a year, right there. He asked me to marry him, unofficially stating that he wants his 2 boys to be involved in the proposal. If you knew the battle I faced every time I would bring up marriage during our 4 years, you would know what a turn of events this is. I have since moved back into his home. I still have my apartment through the end of December. His eyes water up a lot when we talk about us. He said that the Facebook reminders from the past year would pop up and remind him of our life together. He says he loves me all the time. He spends every second he has with me, almost like we are attached at the hip. I thought he had an avoidant attachment style, but now it's like he's anxious. Interesting. It is like we have almost reversed roles. And that's because of the behavior that you learned and all of the skills you implemented, right? We adapt and we change to the people around us. When our behavior changes, their behavior is going to change too. It is like we have almost reversed roles. The strangest thing. I never call him when we are apart, and he calls me all the time. Look at that. Her behavior changed, and now look at him. I am shocked that everything you say could happen did. Don't be. Guys, I have spent years living this, working through this, learning about this, studying how people act in breakups, doing everything that I could to try and help you guys and to be the best coach that I am and the best coach that Margaret is. Believe me, I know a lot of times things are going to happen before you do. And a lot of times I make predictions that will come true. And a lot of times you guys don't listen to me when I warn you. And I say you need to do X, Y, Z. You don't do it. And then it comes back to get you. You got to understand, guys, I know this stuff. Your videos taught me a lot and were key in my survival and growth this past year. I developed self-worth. I learned how to self-love. The concept was one of the hardest things to learn. When I would ask myself what I wanted to do, I had no idea. My guess is that she probably grew up in a very chaotic home and never really learned to make decisions for herself. And Margaret talked about that in depth in the video she did the other day about dysfunctional families. That was an excellent video, and many of you guys skipped it because you didn't like the title. You need to go and look at it. It's going to really help you. And more importantly, I learned what being loved feels like in this process, which has allowed me to set boundaries. Man, this woman is doing amazing, isn't she? It has almost given me too much confidence because when I'm with Saul, I look at him differently. Not as someone who is going to take care of all my emotional needs, but as my equal. I can walk away at any time, knowing I can find what I'm looking for in myself, and I will be just fine. I love Saul, but I will never lose myself in Saul again. This switch in Saul's attitude came so fast. Yes, a year ended up being fast, that I wish I would have done more in my learning and growing process. And even today, about 2 months into this new relationship, I am working on your program. That is fantastic. I love this woman's motivation. This is why she's a success story, okay? Regardless of what happens with him, look at how she's turned her life around. And that is what I want for each and one of you, every one of you guys, honestly. If I could go back and change one thing, it would be that when he broke up with me, I could have looked at things differently and made the most of the time I had. I wasted so much time crying, broken, and sucking the life out of anyone who would listen. I used to do that. I was the worst. I would talk to anybody who would listen. And you know why I did it? Because I was waiting for that one person to give me the answer. I thought somebody has to know what they're talking about. How is there not one person on this planet that understands breakup? But you know what I decided? I'll be that person. I'll do it myself. And I did. And it took me years, but I know exactly what she did because I was this bad with my anxiety. I would start talking to people just about anywhere, work, anybody that I knew, because I was like, somebody's got to know this stuff. Somebody's got to have the right answers. And I would take everything and take it in, digest it, and think about it, and not so much do what they would say, but I would try and incorporate the strategies or the ideas. And quite honestly, I found that just people didn't understand breakups, really. Okay, she goes on to say, if I could go back, I would put this pain on the shelf, knowing that one way or another, the pain would eventually disappear. Yeah, but you know what? It was that pain that motivated you. And without it, you probably wouldn't have done all the personal growth that you did. So, you experienced it, but you used it to better yourself. The months that I was broken are months I will never get back. Life is so short. But here's the best part. This year was not only the worst year of my life, but it was also the best. You see what I'm talking about, guys? This is incredible. I love to get stories like this. Without the pain, I would not have experienced this personal discovery and growth. You just said it. I didn't even know you were going to say that. I owe you so much. Thank you. You not only saved me, you helped me find me and gave me the tools to deal with and survive future issues. My success story is not that I am back with Saul, even though I'm happy about that. My success story is that I found true love and happiness within myself. How can anyone put a price on this? I am eternally grateful to both of you. True patience is knowing that something will happen and enjoying the process as it unfolds. What a beautiful email, and thank you so much for sharing this with Margaret and myself. This means a lot to us. Margaret and I truly are dedicated to teaching you guys as much as we can about relationships, trying to reattract an ex or date new people, and changing all of your lives and friendships and with your friends and family members. And you know, this is such an incredible story of personal growth, and that is what we want for you guys. One of the best compliments you guys give me sometimes is that when you sit there and you tell me that the personal growth far outweighs anything, including getting your ex back. And when you guys sit there and tell me, I would rather be who I am today than go back in time and have my ex back and be the old version of me. That is such a compliment for Margaret and I to hear, because that tells us that we have you guys on the right track, that the personal growth and being the awesome new version of yourself is more important than just having somebody that you love in your life. We understand how important that is. I know from personal experience how important that is, and that's why I do what I do. But if it's not meant to be, I still want you to have a happy, successful life and an awesome dating life and awesome relationships, okay? And of course, if I can help you get that ex back, I'll do what I can to do that as well. Of course, if you want to get my help personally, just go to my website, askcraig.net. Sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. I do email coaching and I do Skype. If you want Margaret's help, just click on Margaret on the top of the website. She's absolutely incredible. Make sure you put a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and I will talk with you soon.